All right, this next song is by Broadcast, and it's called Tears in the Typing Pool. Succumb to the light, the tears in the tide, the long distance runner has stopped on the corner, and I won't give up, although I stop too before the end of me and you. Across that white plain, the land is unchanged. Do, 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 do. Interpret the rules. My tears in the typing pool. The letters are sighing, the ink is still drying. I told you the truth, and now I sigh too. The page turns on me and you. Across that white plain, the land is unchanged. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Sorry, I think the guitar sitting in the sun went a little out of tune, but
It didn't sound out of tune. No, it didn't sound bad. I mean, it sounded good. I didn't mean it didn't sound bad. You know what I mean. After the first song, I almost unmuted myself and cheered because it's so weird to like finish performing and not have any feedback, right?
It is strange, but it's a new experience that I'm down to figure out.
Exactly.
This is my first live streaming performance.
Is it your first live stream performance ever, or your first live stream performance to a phone? Ever?
Ever. Yeah, I think.
How does it feel?
That I know of. I don't know. It's strange. It's fun to. I was expressing this earlier that it's been really nice to have something to prepare for and a way to like connect with an audience with everything that's going on after it's been so long.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about what you just sang.
Sorry, we've got all kinds of nature, including bugs flying on my face. So I don't have any super deep reason for picking these. They were just kind of some songs that I've been from albums that I've been obsessed with listening to over the last couple months. Mm-hmm. And I've been kind of taking a break from writing. So it's been fun to just kind of play covers for myself in the privacy of my apartment and when that started feeling good, it was nice to be able to share it with some other people as well.
When you learn a cover,
the first song is a little bit quarantine-esque in the sense that it doesn't go a whole lot of places. It's just kind of something you like settle into and go along with it.
It's like meditative.
Yeah.
When you learn a cover, do you look up the chords or do you do it by ear?
It depends. The All This Hurting song on keyboard, I did that by ear because I couldn't find the chords online, but usually my first move is look up the chords.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to do it all by ear, but I'm always like, that takes too long. Do you do it in the native key or do you change keys?
Sometimes I do change keys. These two songs were in the original keys. It just depends. Yeah, I will change keys if it suits my voice better in general.
Yeah. I want to know where we can hear more of your stuff.
Oh, well, my the most recent project that I've done in a big way is a band called Wild Honey, and that's on it's all over any streaming platform. You can find it, Spotify, Bandcamp, and we're the Baltimore band, one word, Wild Honey.
Wild Honey, one word.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, we really appreciate you interrupting your camping trip so that you could come perform for us.
Well, I appreciate you letting me still be a part of this while on a camping trip and doing extra sound checks to make sure that it would come across and making it happen, because I couldn't have done it without your help. So thank you.
Well, we're pioneering efforts in the field of camp live streaming. Okay, that was Lauren Schusterich. Thank you, Lauren. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
While we're between acts, I want to tell you that if you want to find out more about Rhymes with Opera, you may be on our webpage. I mean, yeah, you might be on our webpage right now, in which case what I'm about to tell you is useless, but you can go to rhymeswithopera.org to find out more about us, to find out more about these performers, to find out more about the cyber season, to find out more about our past productions, and to find out how to give us money. You can donate. But all of the cyber season is free. And so we just appreciate you being here and appreciating new music and appreciating singers and songwriters and new musicians. So next up, I'm happy to introduce Danielle Jagielski and Derek Steinman. And they're in Portland, as we learned earlier. And do you want to tell us about your piece now, or do you want to tell us after?
Well, I guess I can tell a little bit about it now, and then a little bit, you can ask questions after, I suppose. But
please.
The first one is a composition by me with a lot of collaboration from Derek for voice and percussion. It's called Mother. And it's a piece using all found percussion. So our instrumentation is bowls, cups, a toy xylophone, I don't know, a bass for a flower. So all those things with different types of mallets, and some traditional percussion instruments as well, like a cymbal, but used in a different way. And then after that, we are doing a piece by a friend of ours named Eric Valdemar Skold, who is a Swedish composer, and he wrote us a teeny little piece for voice and percussion as well. So that'll be our second one.
Awesome. Well, take it away. Hit it.
Thanks. Life's beauty is inseparable from its fragility. Da kinagego, ginudago, ekindian. Da kinagego, ginundago, ekindian. Okay, that was that one. Thank you for listening. It's odd without any applause or anything.
Yeah, woo! We can do our own. Yeah, nice job.
Okay, and our next one is called Awake, Still Dreaming by Eric Valdemar Skolt, who is hopefully tuning in from Sweden.
If he's not, that's okay. It's really late over there.
Yeah.
I can tell by your laughter that you're done.
Yeah,
No,
until
it's still going. This is part of the
So,
piece.
is this part of it? I mean, that would be like rhymes part of the piece. Tell me about both those pieces.
Okay, yeah. So for the first piece, I wrote it, but the hard part about having a percussionist and a singer is that there's not a lot of pitches to do. Like, if he doesn't have a marimba here or anything like that, and so we're like, okay, what are we gonna do with like, how are we? Sorry, we're plugging in the computer. Okay, it's good now. We were like, what are we gonna do? How am I gonna get my pitches? Sure, we'll bring you guys over to see the instruments.
Here,
It's kind of okay. I'll hold the microphone. And so we were just for many days banging on different cups and bowls and trying to figure out what kind of pitches we had. And we bought a nice little xylophone from a little store, like a local store here. We have some mini bongos. We have a bowl, a jar, a cup, and a vase. So,
wow.
And then up here we have a little bulb that a air plant used to live in, and then we have a teacup. And that's kind of our setup.
So what did you do with the air plant? How many air plants had to die for
the air plant's still safe. Don't worry. It's with its
good.
air plant friends and different air plant things.
In heaven,
Yeah.
I had no idea that was like found percussion that you were using.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. I don't know, Derek can probably talk a lot more about what it's like to play on something like that.
So
yeah,
it's
what
exactly
kind of
like.
are you using?
Actually, I went for the Colin Curry signature marimba one, medium hard CCR 3s.
Medium hard is my favorite
In case you're all instrument, you can get this exact mallet only at pretty much anywhere.
Not now.
I had those, and then I had a pair of xylophone mallets, and then some drumsticks for the other one. But Eric sent us that we got quite a bit of people sending us pieces to play, and we kind of like sifted through them and picked and choose our favorites, and we finally settled on this one because it's very like lively and jumps around, and it's pretty fun to play. So
yeah.
And what was the second one?
So the second one was the one Derek was just mentioning that Eric wrote. It kind of has a hidden message. He only uses the syllables ko, na, and ro. And if you rearrange those syllables, you might. So we were like, okay, is it tone deaf to do that? And then we're like, no, because humor is a huge part about getting through a traumatic experience. And we appreciated the writing so much. And it was a good contrast to my piece, which was about like vulnerability and I'm mostly a composer and conductor, so just singing is was a very vulnerable experience for me. So I was like, okay,
really?
Yeah, so that's kind of what it's about.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were a singer primarily.
Oh well, thank you. That's nice.
Oh, I'm really impressed. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that there's anything at all like tasteless about singing a piece that says Corona over and over. It's like we're on the cyber salon. I mean, we want to
no holds barred. Yeah.
You know, I think it's like what's affecting all of us right now, and to not talk about it would be like strange.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Where can we hear more of your stuff, guys?
Oh wow! Well, this is our debut, actually.
It's your. I mean,
our debut as a duo.
This could be something.
Yeah, this is our duo debut. So the record's coming out in September.
If you don't have a producer already, I'm shameless.
So for my music, I'll actually be moving to NYC soon to start my orchestral conducting degree at the Manhattan School of Music. So you can see me there once we can all be together.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna love having you in New York City for sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
and other than that, I have a little company called Your Rhymes with Opera. We're Renegade Opera here. That's focused on social justice within the opera community. It's just a little Portland thing, so you can also hear us at their renegadeopera.org.
Renegadeopera.org? Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely people should check that out. Social justice through opera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That it speaks very closely to the Rhymes with Opera heart, so thank you for doing that work.
Yeah.
Okay, enough with the feelings. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Feelings are for chumps. Okay, we're gonna move on to Dylan Champagne. So Dylan, hey.
Hi there.
How are you doing?
All right, how you doing?
I'm good. What kind of guitar is that?
This is a Epiphone Les Paul. Is an imitation Gibson.
I had a student Epiphone electric that was really hard to play because I'm a pianist and I'm terrible at guitar. But I wanted so badly to be like a punk rocker that I got this guitar when I was like 15. But I'm terrible. I play 3 chords.
You don't really need to know how to play guitar to play it, you know? It's one of those things. If you get enough distortion going, it doesn't really matter.
That's true. I think that like at the time, this really will tell you a lot about me and how old I am. I was listening to a lot of Black Crowes, and I really wanted to like be able to like shred the way that.
Yeah. No, that takes years of like concerted, dedication.
That's never gonna happen. When did you start playing guitar?
I started when I was probably 19 or 20. So I'm a late starter. I don't know if I'm a late bloomer, but I'm a late starter.
Would you want to play something?
Yeah, I thought I'd sing some tunes since Ruby told me that this should be a voice-centric thing. So
voice-centric.
I thought I'd sing some songs.
Okay, sing.
Cool. The world made man, man made God. God said, son, find something to love, but the world went black, 'cause God was drunk. Man woke up in the mouth of a storm drain, whiskey sour, his heart was a hurricane. His heart was a hurricane. feel as though there must be some sort of genetic memory of when we were single-celled, of when we were single-celled. I feel as though there must be some sort of genetic memory of when we were single-celled, of when we were single-celled. The world made man and man made God, and God said, son, ain't you strong enough? But the world went black, 'cause God was drunk. The world made man and man made God, and God said, son, ain't you had enough? But the world went black, 'cause God was drunk. And God was drunk. The world made man and man made God, and God said, son, find something to love. But the world went black, 'cause God was drunk. And God was drunk. "17, full of spite, it might take your whole life. Shirtless in the subway station, watched you slide all the way to Sunday. Colonize, subjugate, start a war, so ungrateful for the things you take. Smashing windows, flushing meds, guess you only had one lucky crutch. And at the edge of the alcoholic metropolis, the cars just drive off the pier into the sea. And the waves carry the bitter memories miles away, where they wash up on the beach. Things are never going back to the way they were. Things are never going back way they were. Things are never going back to the way they were. Things are never going back to the way they were. Bombs away! Bombs away! Bombs away! Bombs away! So how's everybody out there in the interwebs world doing tonight? You don't answer that. I can't hear you. But I hope everyone is doing okay during these extremely strange times that we're in right now. So those last two tunes were tunes of mine. I wrote them. And now I'd like to go ahead and attempt a cover by a band who's very near and dear to my artistic heart. The singer that does remarkable things. The singer's name is Elizabeth Fraser. The band is the Cocteau Twins. I've never tried this before in public, so we'll see how this goes. I guess this isn't really public, right? I mean, anyways, sing along if you know the words. Meals and eggs and blues and falling, everything else. A steamer and stable eyes on glass, no day pieced out through my bare lips as good news. Still a me hand dry. You're left out from behind. Till I'm far behind these forbidden to bees. Bills and eggs and blues and bills and eggs and blues. Bills and eggs and blues and falling, everything else. A steamer and stable eyes on glass, no day pieced out through my bare lips as good news. You had no horse, black and Dulles and Clyde. We hash and toss our and stock in a sugar this way. Cried and laughed at food. Should not be so heat. Oh, no kin magnet say. Cried and laughed at from night to blue. Should have been knocked and talked and through this tiger's marks. Should have been song and unbroken. I not sang. And I not sang. You had no horse, black and Dulles and Clyde. Cried and laughed at food. be hash and toss, sour and stuck in the sugar this way. Cried and laughed at food. Should I be so heat? Oh, no, can Agnes say? Cried and laughed at food. Hocked and talked and through this tiger's marks for key. So I've got one more if that's all right. Check. Hello. Time serves its own end, subjugating the hearts of men to build its monuments to time. Dead leaves, a new season, in her eyes the darkest pair. Falsely accused of treason, hanging from a rope in the square. Most things weren't meant to last. Fine wine and photographs, and all things become the past. In time, alone, complete stranger in a room full of friends. Another dream. The danger of slipping inside yourself again.
That is the creepiest, most encouraging applause I've ever heard, Ruby.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Dylan, you said something that makes my ears perk up every time I hear it in a live performance, which is, this is the first time I've ever tried this in public. I'm like so into that. There's a live Tori Amos recording from like 95 where she's doing Professional Widow on the organ. And she's like, I've never done this in public before. And I'm like, that's the moment.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah.
You gave me some like Jeff Buckley vibes on the first one.
Cool.
Tell me about these songs.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just tunes, you know. I used to write more tunes. These days I haven't written much. I write write tunes these days, but they don't have lyrics generally. I've been doing more composing lately, but yeah. So I don't know. These are just some of the ones that stuck around.
Have you recorded these?
Yeah, a few of them have been recorded. Yeah, well, the last one has been recorded. And then incidentally, actually, I'm working on a quarantine video version of the first tune with Ruby and some other people in town.
Oh, nice.
So hopefully we'll get that uploaded soon.
What
Yeah,
kind of-
and then actually the second one was recorded too with a band called Cape Flora. Yeah, you can find that on Bandcamp. It was a short-lived band, so we just kind of recorded an EP and then disbanded. But
it's on Bandcamp.
Bandcamp, yeah.
So when you're composing, what do you compose?
I compose a variety of stuff. I've been focusing on kind of weird chamber experiments, and yeah, and then orchestra stuff, and I just finished a piece. Actually, I finished a while ago, but I finally made a video for it for Rock Quartet and a Max Patch, and that's online now.
Wait, what's Max Patch?
Yeah, Max Patch. So what I did is so the first two movements of the piece are notated, and then you use the raw tracks from the recordings of the first two pieces, and you scramble them in real time in the Max Patch, and it becomes this crazy,
Nice.
total mess. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah, I experiment, I guess. Yeah.
You ever write vocal music that's not for yourself?
I haven't really. I haven't crossed that threshold yet. I think it's probably a matter of time. I just, I don't. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I just write so instinctually when I'm writing vocal stuff. Like I have to. I mean, I guess maybe that's good. I don't know. I've just never tried to notate vocals, which is interesting because I just sing, and if it seems right, I'll do it, and if it doesn't, I won't. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas like music, I'll get all super, I'll geek out.
I mean, Ruby and George always boggle my mind because they write really well for the voice, and they somehow know like where to put like syllables in the high.
Yeah. I mean, I think it. Yeah, I mean, you probably have to sing it. You probably have to. You have to treat it as language, right? Like it has to communicate still. Yeah, it just seems like such a challenge to do. I have such respect for people who can set text well.
Oh, I know. Seriously, and we've been really blessed with we've had some really great vocal writing in our reps.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, have I asked about your website yet?
I'm on all the major Walmart supercenters and every mall in America. So my billboards are everywhere. So
I see.
yeah. If you could
political agenda, I'm talking about.
Oh, right, right. This is not a place for extremism.
Wait a minute.
My website is dylanchampagne.com.
Okay, good. Thank you, Dylan. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Okay, and so lastly but not leastly, we have Ruby Felton, who is going to. There she is. Hello, the Lady Felton.
Hello.
No, you moved rooms. I've never seen this room.
Oh no, I'm just sitting on the other side of it because I'm watching the show with my housemate.
I would see. I think like this is the trick of Zoom. It's like you can think that somebody is a completely different locale because they switch the side of the room. I was talking to my sister earlier. She goes, "You have such a nice apartment," and I was like, "This is not our apartment, Robin. You know what our apartment? This is not our."
It looks really nice. I like that view.
You reminded me that I want to say, these are not my marathon medals. I've never run a marathon. I will never run a marathon. George's mother ran a marathon in Hawaii, and that's hers.
You should claim them as your own.
I'm sorry. I ran a marathon.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. I ran it really far away. Oh, and you clapped for me. Love that, people. So, tell us about your piece, Composer.
Yes. So, hey, is my sound level okay?
Sounds good.
Okay, great. I have a little dial here, and I forgot to check it earlier. I just wanted to make sure it's coming through. Yeah, the main thing I wanted to do, Robert, if it's okay, is just to like throw some credits of the people who are on the video that we're about to view.
Of course.
Okay, so
With credits, I want you to tell us. I want you to give us background about what it is.
Sure. So this is a video about the French poet Guillaume Apollinaire. He died in the 1918 flu pandemic. So this is a story about his death as told through the eyes of his new wife, who at the time was a nurse, and she was obviously devastated that she couldn't save him. So that's where the poem is coming from, and the poem is by Baynard Woods, who I believe is tuned in right now. And then, say again?
We know Baynard Woods.
We know Baynard Woods, but dear friend of Rhymes with Opera. And the video features the vocalist, Lauren Shistrich, who we heard earlier, by the beautiful lake/river, Crooked River in Oregon. She's the featured vocalist, as she plays the wife of Apollinaire. And then Matt Frizzau, who is based in Baltimore, made a video that's literally like hot off the press. Just got finished, like mere hours ago. And then the other people I just wanted to say a big thank you to are all the amazing opera singers who lent their voices to be in this opera chorus, which is a portion of the piece. So I just want to say their names really quick and let us bask in their awesomeness. Allison Clen Daniel, Sarah Maines, Bonnie Lander from Rhymes with Opera, Elizabeth Halliday from Rhymes with Opera, Monica Frame from Volti, Catherine Peterson, who lives in Chicago and is awesome. I think she's watching. Pamela Bathurst, one of my nearest and dearest colleagues, who just retired. Congratulations, Pamela, and thank you for being on my thing. Sid Chen, also from Volti and M6. Jeffrey Looksick, who I was connected with through Catherine. David Salisbury Fry. Timothy Stoddard, another good friend of Rhymes with Operas, who was in the Rumpelstiltskin production. Paul Thompson from right here in Moscow, good friend. Martin Bakari, amazing opera tenor. George Lamb from Rhymes with Opera. And last but certainly not least, your host, Robert Merrill.
This host? Wait, so Ruby, before you go away, is it going to be obvious in the video what we're listening to and the story that you told us? I don't want to blow anything. You told us a story about what they're saying, and that's going to be obvious.
I think so. So the title, which is also what the opera chorus sings, is "A Ba Guillaume," which means "down with William." And then there's a narration part and the part of the nurse. And I think you'll piece it together. And if not, we can talk more after it plays.
Okay, well, I'm going to be Joe Public, and if I can't piece it together, then I'm going to make you tell me about it.
Okay, Joe.
Joe Public. Okay, hit it, Lily.
It's a deal. Wounded in war, but felled by the flu, a nurse, well-worn and trained. These years of pain, I should know what to do. I should know what to do. Should know what to do. What to do. What to do. But as they take him away on the armistice day, the streets festooned, I cannot escape his loss today. they chanted, Abba Guillaume. When the streets were decked out like this before we met long ago, Guillaume, in the guise of hero, inaugurated his friend Andre Salmon's marital bliss. He made the words that made the world. Friends with Picasso and Satie, he joined now in with the past in modern heaven, arrested for stealing Mona Lisa back in the letter. A son, he liked to joke, of a cardinal or a pope. He was stateless, wandering, and when in 14 the chimes of war began to ring, he joined the army to become a citizen of France, a hero, shot in the head, as the painting of Dickert had said, trepanned he'd go, like Orpheus to the world of the dead, and return as the great work burned from. Unable to fight, I did what I could do.
I did what I could do. Did what I could do. I should know what to say. Should know what to do. I did what I was to do. Did what I was to do.
Became a nurse in the war, the wounded and dead and blood all crushing even before the damned Spanish flu. When we met, he sang to me the famous blues Treasure. He turned the city to the zone, a poem. But then, though I was here and his friend syndrome, one always dies alone. Now I sit and weep and lie alone.
Now I sit and weep and lie alone. I did what I could do and all I could do. I should know what to say. Should know what to do. I did what I was to do and all I was to do.
All Paris singing, Abba Guillaume. Guillaume's French ruling Wilhelm, who stepped down on 11/9, overwhelmed by the world that he rocked, from the war that they fought, and my Guillaume was dead. Abba Guillaume, down with Wilhelm, they said, but he could not hear it, only fear it. My Guillaume was dead. And today, as both parades and his body the streets pass through, in opposite paths of joy and sorrow dejected, his death and war's world end, which shall thrive. I wonder if I am infected by the virus in his breath. But now I sit and walk and lie alone, the whole earth singing. As the song he wrote about the Mirabeau Bridge goes viral, in America, when sinking, down, down the song goes. Beneath the bridge the water flows. Yet we each lie alone, leaving our lives and our clothes as the world sings. Ah, ba, Guillaume.
Ruby? Ruby, did you make it? Ruby,
Hey,
did you?
yeah. Ooh. Sorry. I think Bonnie just clapped. Thanks, Bonnie.
But not on camera.
I missed the beginning of what you said. I'm sorry, Robert.
Oh, I said Bonnie's been clapping, just not on camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cutting to a picture of her hair. And that she types, nobody could see this on the internet, but she wrote, "It's true."
It's true.
That was pretty incredible, Ruby.
Thanks. What did you think? Did you hear yourself?
I couldn't hear myself. I could hear some like pretty epic actual opera. Not that I'm not an actual opera singer, but like actual opera, like, I could imagine like the stage of the Met during Act 2 of Bohème, right? The curtain goes up and honking faces is what I heard.
That's what was fun about it. And like, cause if you think about our group, we never have a chorus because we, by definition, we're 3 singers, sometimes 4, maybe 5 if we're bringing in some guests, but like, we're never 15 singers. And that's like such a cool part of opera that like, we don't do that much. So that seemed like a good, like when I initially started it, I was just gonna ask the Rhymes with Opera singers to do that part. And then I started thinking like, you know what? I feel like I might be able to get a few other people to join in on this. Yeah.
I mean, opera chorus, there's a lot of good things about opera chorus. The wigs, for one thing. It's a great job. I sang opera chorus at Wolf Trap in 2000, ?
What productions did you do?
I did opera chorus for Cenerentola, which is very complicated. It's like very short chorus, but very complicated. And back in like 2000, whenever that was, 3, I was like still learning Italian by rote. I was still like learning all those languages. I would just like listen to it and not know a word. I was even in grad school, and whatever. I want to talk more about your piece. I want to talk more about what you're working on during quarantine.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, just this, like the first couple of months, I was completely, didn't do anything. I was just trying to keep my head above water, teaching and stuff. And then Dylan has a group, a composer intensive group where people get together for a day and they all write music and then they join back together and share it. It's really cool. Like, it's like, remember 24HC from Peabody? Did you ever do that? I know Elizabeth did it. Robert?
I don't think that was there when I was there.
It might have been like slightly after your time, but that's a thing where like composers and performers get together. They have 24 hours, 12 hours to write the music. Bonnie remembers it. Yeah, Dear Mr. President. Or no, wait, that was Elizabeth. Bonnie. No, we did something, Bonnie. Oh my gosh. Oh, I know. The definition of insanity. Yep. So anyways, it's related to that because it's like you have a really short amount of time to write and then you share it. So I was really lucky to be invited by Dylan to be a part of one of these. And that's what I wrote. And it was like the only thing I'd written the whole time. So it was like such a relief, to like get to write again.
I mean, I completely relate to what you're saying. It's like the first like 8 weeks of being at home and of quarantine and of like dealing with this worldwide emergency just felt like, okay, well, I'm going to just sleep more. Like I'm going to.
How could we be creative now? Exactly.
Well, the first week of it or first 2 weeks of it, I was like, hyper creative. I still had that like crazy New York perfectionistic energy where I was just, and I made like 2 remixes and a whole track for Tender Creature. Shameless plug. And then it like hit the wall, right?
Friday I'm in Love.
Oh yeah, shameless plug. Friday I'm in Love.
That's a good one. Check out Robert's cover with his band of Friday I'm in Love.
So you're done with school. And let's actually, before we sign off, let's tell people like about the rest of the cyber season, because we have tonight. And then the next thing coming up, I think, is maybe another one of these on June 21st. Is that right?
I think so. We could, Robert, we could also invite, do you want to invite the crew back just to like for goodbyes? Yeah, do y'all want to, New Music Gathering is next on, I think we got June, okay, it's happening June 18 to 20. We have more specific information that we will share soon, but if the other salon performers are still around, if y'all want to,
turn your cameras on and join us.
yeah, we can transition over. But so Robert, what else did you want to talk about? So the Rumpelstiltskin release is happening in July.
Happening in July. We'll update the website with that. Also, our Pocket Opera workshop is back. I want you to talk about that.
Yeah, so we have a workshop for composers who are interested in learning more about writing for the opera voice that George Lamb and I are going to facilitate. So that's coming up. That's all online. That's coming up in July. I'm pretty sure the deadline hasn't passed yet. I wonder if anyone in the Magic Chat window knows the answer to that question. Pretty sure it's still open. So check it out. Oh, yes, Bonnie, you are a wizard. May 31st. Oh my gosh, Lauren is even here.
How many composers will we have?
Yep, 6. We're gonna pick 6 composers from everyone who applies as fellows, and then we're gonna work together on writing for the opera voice and put on a concert at the end.
Exactly. I think there's like a workshop at the end of it where we, right? Like I think the opera singers might sing it. Is that correct?
It's you. Yeah, you're gonna be singing.
Learn how to sing again after all this.
Brand new music.
Yeah, I've just been whispering into a microphone, so learning how to sing again is going to be a grand thing. What else? Oh, we have soap operas, and that's your thing too, Ruby. In 1 minute, we have so much in the cyber season. If you haven't checked out rhymeswithopera.org to check out the cyber season, then you're wasting your time. We have a couple more huge things coming up. The soap opera that Ruby is putting together, and then I can talk about the 1 minute operas because we're inviting, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we worked with like over 50 composers over the course of Rhymes with Opera's 12-year existence. And we have reached out to all of them to ask them to write a 1 minute opera for our group. And so we are going to learn and perform as many 1 minute operas from all of the composers we've ever worked with that we get. And that's going to be on September 12th. And I'm super excited. So I see by turning on gallery view that we have all of our performers. Guys, what did you think?
That was amazing. That's so cool.
Dylan, I loved your Cocteau Twins cover.
Oh, thanks. I loved your piece. That was nice.
Lauren, where are you driving?
Yeah, I think you're muted.
We're driving back to the campsite.
And you've got a dog.
There's no reception at our campsite. So
let's see Baxter.
Find a park.
Oh, we might have lost her.
I saw him a little bit.
So, performers, thank you again for lending us your time and your talent. We really are trying to add some art and joy to a kind of difficult time. And so you really helped us do that. I appreciate it. I'm looking at, you can't tell, but I'm looking at all of you individually in the chat window. So, thank you. Let's really do that. So, I know if you're on Facebook, then Rhymes with Opera has shared links for everybody's individual websites. You can also check out rhymeswithopera.org for more information on the cyber season, more information on how to donate, and more information on all of the performers that you've seen tonight. So I'm gonna sign off. Yeah?
Thank you so much for
Thank
putting this all
you.
together. This has been amazing.
Thank you. Thanks so much.